Hi. If you hear screaming in the background, it's my little sister beating up my little brother. The little sister is 4 and the little brother is almost 14, but she terrorizes him. There's nothing wrong. Like, I promise this is normal. You might also hear my dog jangling and my air conditioner whirring. I'm really sorry. I can't reduce noise very well. And I don't have good lighting anymore, but I'm trying really hard. This video is kind of part 1, as in I'm just trying to document what's happened so far, and I'll elaborate further later on one part of something. And in this video I want to talk about my health and well-being, but part of it, the physical side. So, I have a runny nose. So basically, over the summer, I got stung by a wasp. You know, people get stung sometimes. It's not always a big deal. It was a big deal for me. I still have a tiny bit of a scar. Like, there's a dark spot. It's hard to see. I got stung on my hand while I was trying to put gas in my truck. A wasp had made a nest up above the gas cap, so you couldn't see it unless you like bent down and looked up, which I did see it after I got stung because I kneeled over. I got stung by a wasp and didn't feel good. I thought, man, my face feels weird, my body feels weird. I don't feel good, so I raced home. I was at a gas station like 5 minutes from my house, so it wasn't too terrible. I raced home. I told my parents. I actually called them on the phone with my brother there. I was like, he was in the car with me, and I was like, look, I got stung by a wasp trying to put gas in the truck. I don't feel good. And they're like, okay, come home. I get home, and they're like, oh, you'll probably be okay. Take Claritin, and just, go to bed in a while. It's already like 10 p.m. Go to bed in a bit. And I'm like, okay. I'm not thinking much of this. And a little bit of backstory. Context. For my whole life, I've had terrible sinus infections, and I've always had issues breathing, and not like my lungs don't work, but like air in my nose, airways. It's never been great. I have bad allergies, bad sinus infections. So now we're here at this wasp sting the night of. At first it's just, I don't feel great. I feel kind of sick. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything's terrible. I go upstairs to my room, it's been a little bit, and oh boy, I really don't feel good. Now, not only does my whole face, everything feel puffy and tight and everything's itchy, but this has swollen, my hand was swollen like that, like where this finger is. This was where the back of my hand came to, It was not good. So I'm like, Mom, I don't feel good. And she's like, okay, take Benadryl. So I take Benadryl. She's like, here, take it. You'll feel fine. And at this point, I have the chills, okay? It is 95 degrees. It is May. It is hot. I live in the South. It's hot. And I am wrapped up in 2 blankets, shaking violently because I'm freezing, and I feel so sick in every sense of the word. So I'm sick, I don't feel good, and my hand is swollen. Eventually the swelling goes down after a couple hours. My mom decides, okay, you're good enough to go to sleep, you're not gonna die, because I told her my face and everything felt weird. She's like, cool, go to bed. I went to bed. I get up the next day, and I think everything's good. Nothing seems too wrong. But because of the way I reacted, and my dad as a kid having a bee allergy, my parents decided, we might take you to the doctor. And I'm like, okay, you can go to the doctor, that's not a big deal. But I was like, just let me know if we're going and when, I'm expecting she might make an appointment for a week from now, just to double check. I come downstairs to go somewhere else. A couple hours later, my mom looks at me and goes, you're going to the doctor at 4 p.m. this afternoon. And I go, oh, okay, we're going to the doctor. So I go, and the doctor's like, oh, that's not good. you can see an allergist and you can get a prescription for EpiPens. But you are probably very allergic. And I'm like, cool beans. You know, it's good. I'm good. I go home. I go to bed that night. I'm still all good. It's just red around my hand, you know? It's not that big a deal. I'm fine. I just had like a large local reaction, as they call it. I'm not gonna die anytime. The next day I wake up and my whole hand is swollen. I think I have photos somewhere, but I don't think I want to show them. Like, imagine a hand so swollen you can't bend the wrist, you can't move the fingers. It was bad. At that point we have an appointment for the allergist a month and a half later. So my mother calls back, I get a prescription for EpiPens and I learn how to use them, and now I carry them around in a case all the time. Flash forward, we go to the allergist. The allergist is like, hey, you're really allergic to a lot of stuff. You have a lot of symptoms. Why don't we do environmental allergies and a blood test for all these like venoms that you might be allergic to? You'll probably be good. And I was like, okay, I'm good. So I got stabbed with needles 45 times in my back and 1 blood draw that day, and it was awful. I found out I'm allergic to like dust mites and all this other stuff, and that's why I have terrible sinus infections that make me unable to function all the time. But I was like, okay. And we wait on the results for my blood test. This is mid to late June at this point, and I got stung in May. Mid to late June rolls by, we get the results for the blood test. It says, you came back almost completely positive on the allergic reaction to wasp venom, but the others you're flagging a little bit, but you need to come get a skin test, which the doctor was trying to avoid because the skin test is awful. So I got a skin test. The skin test for the venom included sitting there for 5 total hours and getting shots every 15 to 30 minutes. Increasing in venom strength. By the second round, the first time they actually put the venom under the first one, they're not putting it under your skin. It's not like a shot. It's just like a little prick where they put the venom on your skin. That one, I had reactions, but not anything severe. By the second round, I could no longer have any more shots of the wasp venom because I was already pushing a severe reaction. We went all the way to the last round of shots, and I flagged allergic to everything. And this is when the allergist said, okay, you need to go through immunotherapy. And I was like, oh? So basically, immunotherapy is a series of shots starting at a very, very low dose of the thing you're allergic to. For me, I have 3 shots to cover like 6 types of venom to stop me from dropping dead if I'm accidentally stung by something. Immunotherapy has been interesting, and that's kind of what I want to chronicle because it's getting worse, essentially. It doesn't sound bad, but I'm getting multiple shots every single week. That's not what most teenagers want to be doing, is getting multiple shots a week. First round of shots, nothing really happened. Second, third, fourth weeks, things start to get serious. Essentially, I'm so allergic that my immune system doesn't know what to do. The immunotherapy shots also make me tired. They kill my immune system. I'm overworked. I'm exhausted. And right now I really don't feel good because these immunotherapy shots went south. And trying to rewrite my immune system has been horrible. Instead of making me less allergic, I just started having more and more reactions to the shots, to serious, dangerous levels. So now, the doctor has put me on a prescription of Zyrtec, you know, the allergy med, and something called Montelukast, which stops your throat from getting too inflamed or irritated from like allergy cells releasing. But it's not going well. I have the worst headaches I've ever had in my life, and I'm really hoping that it stops the allergic reactions though, because if I have to have terrible headaches for months while I get these first few months of shots, it's tolerable, but I'm so miserable, you know? I have headaches now, and I'm tired, and this is just what I want to chronicle. I want to, video how I progress on this medication, because I don't feel good right now. This is what's up with me right now. I'm super tired, I'm super sick, I'm at the doctor at least twice a week, and I have prescription bottles all over my nightstand. But yeah, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be making lots of videos like this, I think, about what's up with me. Hi. So, I tried filming this in my car and it didn't work out because my phone rattled, and doesn't really have a good microphone because it has like a life-proof case on it, so tiny speck. This bit is an update on my health, a further update from the last time I filmed. Essentially, during that part, I was in the middle, like a couple days into taking a new drug called Montelukast, and Montelukast was supposed to help my throat not close up when I'm allergic to things all the time. Instead, it gave me uncontrollable joint and body pain. It hurt to breathe, and I had a headache all the time. So we called my doctors and nurse team yesterday, and they said stop taking it, and we'll see you in a couple days for your appointment, and we'll figure out what we need to do. So I'm no longer on my drugs. And I feel better, but it doesn't solve the original problem that we were trying to fix, which sucks, but we'll find something that works. But at least, like, my chest pain is gone, and I'm not in pain when I breathe. I'm not having, like, joint pain anymore. My headache's still here a little bit, and I mean, I'm still a little sore, but, like, just being one day off the pills, like, I'm so much better. And that makes me really, really happy. So we'll see what goes down when I speak to my doctors. We'll see if I can take this, like, on the days where I go to get immunotherapy shots, and if that helps, or if I need to, like, go on a different medication, or if I don't need any of them and I can, like, take enough Benadryl to kind of stop my reactions. Anyway, that's my most recent update. Fingers crossed that medicines will work out and we'll find a combination that allows me to get my shots without danger. Alright, my camera battery's beeping, so bye!